All Elite Wrestling, AEW, has been on a high. They've been doing some great things. It's so good to see that. And just to see the talent, they have a tremendous roster. And it's international, which is always cool too, because you get to see different styles. And Tony Khan leads this whole brigade. It's such a fascinating thing, him and his team, what they developed over the years. It's still, been around for a few years, several years, but it's still very new, I think, as far as just growing and developing. You got to figure other wrestling companies have been out there a long time, and AEW's really done a lot in a shorter period of time. And what they're going to do is in South Florida, AEW Dynamite, which is their main show on Wednesday nights on TBS, HBO Max, the Max, they're going to celebrate their 6th anniversary down here at Hard Rock Live, right in South Florida, near Hollywood. It's going to be a fun time. It's Wednesday, October 1st. And we're just expecting another great night of action. They always put on good shows. Their talent gives their all, which is cool. So, Tony, thank you for taking some time. Just tell us about why South Florida and just Hard Rock Live and this big show coming up.
Well, thanks, Jim. I appreciate you having me on. I'm really excited about this week. It's a big milestone for us. 6 years of Wednesday Night Dynamite. It's a big anniversary show, and we're really excited to debut in a new venue. We've had great shows in South Florida over the years, but it's our first time running at Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida, and it's this Wednesday, October 1st. And we'd love for you to join us there if you can be there. Hollywood, Florida, Hard Rock Live this Wednesday night. It's going to be on in over 150 countries. Here in the U.S., it's going to be live on TBS, the Superstation TBS, really, I would say America's best history of any TV network for pro wrestling. The richest history, I think, could quite possibly be TBS, the Superstation. And they have got a huge show coming this week. Wednesday Night Dynamite, 6-year anniversary special. And like I said, if you can't be there with us live, we'd love for you to watch the show live on TBS or stream on HBO Max. And it'll be a great one. And Jim, you've been covering AEW for years, really since the very beginning. So I really appreciate you having me on and giving us the opportunity to talk about AEW coming to your home market this coming week for our anniversary show this Wednesday.
Well, Tony, look, you're a pro wrestling guy and a football guy, so those are two big things for me. I love it. I love it, Tony Khan. Come on.
That's great. Well, yeah, absolutely. And I'm a football guy, and here in the state of Florida, too. The Jaguars, we're really excited about this week for us, too. And we'll have big events coming up in Jacksonville next week around, we have our Monday Night Football game against the Chiefs, and then Title Tuesday coming up at Daly's Place in Jacksonville next Tuesday. So a lot of really exciting things happening in Florida in football and wrestling. But I'm also really excited about what's coming there this Wednesday for Wednesday Night Dynamite and this big milestone. It's crazy. We've been doing this for 6 years of Wednesday Night Dynamite, and I also think we'll be doing it for many, many more years to come. This has been maybe the best year yet. What a fun, special year we're having with AEW, and absolutely, I think that it's a perfect place to celebrate this. There in South Florida, a market that's always been home to us and hosted us. And you're a great wrestling fan. You're a great wrestling writer. And like I said earlier, since the very beginning of AEW, our very first events and our very first press conferences, you've been writing about AEW and giving us a chance. So that's why I thought it would be great to come talk to you about the 6-year anniversary show.
It's such a really big milestone moment. I'm curious, Tony, and we've talked about this before. Over the years, just how do you do it? How do you keep doing it? You still sound, I think, to me, you sound as amped as you were the first day of getting this off the ground, the big press conference, as you are today. No, because, Tony, this profession, look, I've never been in the ring or been a part of a company like what you are or people that work for you, but it's a grind. It's still a grind and all, but it just seems like you and the talent that's there love it. They just love doing this. They love AEW. What do you think? Is there any secret sauce? Is there anything that how it's been able to be successful like this and have this big show coming up?
Well, I think we love pro wrestling. And like the fans who watch it every week, AEW is made by people that really love wrestling. And we are having a great year. I think it's worth checking the shows out. And I think this particular year, there's been something about it. We're just having a lot of fun. And I agree with what you said. It's the only sport that goes 52 weeks a year with no off season, no breaks.
Oof.
And absolutely, it's a real grind to do it every week, nonstop, year round. And there's nothing really like it. But I love wrestling, and I would be watching wrestling every week and thinking about wrestling every week if I didn't work in it. So it's a real God blessing to be able to work in pro wrestling, and I'm very grateful for it. And that's why I try to have that same feeling and bring that same positive energy. And every week I try to remember that I'm really blessed to be doing this. I never want to take it for granted that I'm working at wrestling. We're doing a wrestling show. This is fun and exciting and cool. So I'm very proud of it, and I'm glad that we have a group of wrestlers that love the show and have fun making the show too.
AEW Dynamite, 6th anniversary show, Wednesday, October 1st, right here in South Florida, Hard Rock Live. And by the way, I've been to Hard Rock Live several times, MMA events. What a nice venue, really cool venue. I'm wondering, Tony, have you visited the venue yet, or has anyone on your team visited the venue yet?
Yes, our team has visited the venue, and it looks fantastic. And I'm really excited to see the stage and the set and the full ring and the ringside setup. It's going to look great. It's a really unique venue. It's going to be a great home for pro wrestling. I think it looks like it's going to be a great show this Wednesday night. So I'm very excited for that. And I think if you haven't got your tickets yet, there are tickets. It's at AEWTIX.com. You can get tickets at AEWTIX.com or Ticketmaster or through the venue. But absolutely, it looks awesome, and I think it's going to be a great experience. And the fans have had, I would say this year we've had some of our best feedback we've ever had from the fans about the events and how much they enjoy going to AEW. So I think we've been putting on great shows and getting great feedback and satisfaction from our fans. And absolutely a great value for the money is an AEW ticket. And I absolutely recommend checking out the show this Wednesday night in Hollywood, Florida. Or like I said earlier, if you can't be there with us live, you should absolutely, if you can't come to the show and buy a ticket, watch it on TBS. And it's on at 8 p.m. It's going to be a great show. And most of all, you're going to see a celebration of 6 great years of Wednesday Night Dynamite, over 300 episodes now of this show. And we're having as much fun, and the matches are just as fast-paced, as exciting, and really probably more so than ever. So this is going to be a really special event this Wednesday night.
Well, and that too, Tony, do we know yet if there's going to be extended time for the show, or are you preparing to run at the same amount of time as AEW Dynamite usually runs?
Well, you never know. I mean, that's what's really exciting is the network gives us these overruns. And sometimes if there's a big match in the ring, I like to keep people on their toes. It's fun to keep the live audience engaged. Sometimes a match can run long past, so we'll have to stay tuned. But I think it's going to be a very special event, and sometimes when there's big matches in the ring, the show goes over the 2-hour duration. It's spontaneous live wrestling, and that's what's really exciting. Sometimes people wrestle all the way up against the time limit, and that's what keeps it exciting and spontaneous and fun, and keeping the fans guessing what's next.
Speaking of spontaneous, I had to address this, Tony. Okay, so Hard Rock Live is inside the Seminoel Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. So the doors are right next to the casino. I'm thinking you got to have extra security by the doors, because with Moxley, Briscoe, Eddie Kingston, Darby Allin, they might take the thing into the casino. They might take the fight there. You're gonna have to block them off.
Oh, that's a great point, man. Well, the pit bosses are going to have to bring extra security to stop a full-scale brawl from hitting the casino floor, because if the AEW wrestlers come out there, anything's possible. And we've seen the Young Bucks spend a lot of time in the casino.
Oh, that's
already.
true.
So With the Young Bucks, they're always in the casino. So now it's something to think about whether or not we need to get extra security. But I think you're making a great point there, Jim. They're going to need a lot of security in the casino for a variety of reasons when AEW Dynamite comes to town this Wednesday for our 6-year anniversary special.
You make even a better point about the Bucks. That's right. But I think it's just one of the Bucks. I think it's just one of the Bucks that wants to go to the casinos and the money, the 500,000.
It's both of them, but it's Nick. More Nick than Matt for sure. But they both go to the casino, and who can blame them? It's a fun way to spend a day.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
But Nick really enjoys it in there.
All right, so we'll get a couple other things here. I wanted to talk about MVP because he's Miami's own. What a great and inspiring story, and he's part of the Hurt Syndicate, and you've got Shelton Benjamin and Bobby Lashley and MVP doing his thing, and just a great group of wrestlers, great group of talent. Just what are your thoughts, Miami's own MVP, and what he's bringing to AEW for you?
MVP's an outstanding pro wrestling mind. He's come in and become a top voice in AEW. The Hurt Syndicate have held the World Tag Team Championship. Bobby Lashley is still undefeated and unpinned in the ring, and nobody's pinned Bobby Lashley or made him submit yet. He is an outstanding, outstanding star. Shelton Benjamin has come into AEW and been one of the top athletes and somebody that has, in my opinion, not only turned back the clock, but established themselves as one of the premier bell-to-bell pro wrestlers to this day after decades in the sport. So when you have two top athletes like Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin, they've held the World Tag Team Championship together. They've been both great single stars. They've picked up both some huge wins as singles wrestlers. And now MVP has also stepped into the ring for us, wrestling, which has been great. And we've seen firsthand, having such a great group in AEW. I know that for me, MVP has got to be up there with some of the smartest people, some of the best minds, and he's had a great career in the ring as a wrestler. He has great experience, which helps him as one of the top coaches and managers and experts in pro wrestling today, and he's got a very inspirational story outside of the ring, and that only enhances his knowledge and his legacy. And I love working with MVP. I think he's tremendous and a great representative of South Florida and the kind of great person we want in AEW.
It's just incredible to see all three of those gentlemen you mentioned, all three of those wrestlers, just amazing. And they look great. They're still able to do very well in the ring. It's amazing. Yeah. Going a little bit younger, and I know they're not part of the AEW Dynamite roster per se, but Ring of Honor. You have Ring of Honor Women's TV Champ Red Velvet, and you also have Diamante. And those are two other South Florida wrestlers that came through the ranks here and lived here. And I'm just curious, Tony, too. I mean, Ohio breeds a lot of pro wrestlers. Canada has, all over has good wrestlers, but I know but even South Florida, we have some good wrestling talent, and I'm just wondering if you could expand a little bit on them and just the wrestling talent in South Florida. We have some groups like Coastal Championship Wrestling, which is an indie group that's been around for 20 plus years, Tony, and I believe some of those guys even like work security and did some things on shows down here for AEW, which is really cool. They're very amped about doing things like that. But just we've got some good talent here in South Florida, and just thought I'd have you elaborate a little bit on that, and thank you on that.
Absolutely. Well, I really, first of all, I appreciate you saying that. I think that there is lots of great talent in South Florida, and you named some of the top ones. And absolutely, when you talk about top talent, Ring of Honor, Diamante is a great star, and in particular the Ring of Honor Women's World Television Champion, Red Velvet, who's been out injured. She's represented the company all over. She's represented the Ring of Honor in Mexico. She's wrestled in CMLL for us. I think she's very gifted, and it's bad timing because she was doing fantastic things. She's done great things in AEW, and recently a lot of great stuff in Ring of Honor as the TV champ, and also in Mexico she had become a great ambassador for AEW, wrestling in CMLL. So it was unfortunate timing for her to get injured. Right now the interim TV championship is held by Mina Shirakawa, and Mina Shirakawa has done some great things also in AEW and wrestling all over the world of pro wrestling. But in Ring of Honor, it's a great group right now, and absolutely some top people hailing from South Florida. We've had, of course, Diamante and Red Velvet. Also, before you and I got started, Jim, you and I were talking about somebody who's been able to get their art on display at Art Basel and Art Exhibitions.
Yes.
South Florida, and he's another great champion in Ring of Honor, and that's the Ring of Honor Pure Champion for over 1 year now, Lee Moriarty.
He's an artist in the ring and out of the ring, Mr. Tony Khan.
Yeah, Tiger Style Lee Moriarty's doing some great stuff, and you and I were catching up on that before we started recording, and I think that's very cool too, to have him spending some time there in South Florida and becoming a fixture in the world of art, in addition to technical pro wrestling, in which he is a master and quite possibly the very best right now, is the ROH Pure Wrestling Champion for over 1 year, dominating. And absolutely a lot of great talent coming out of the region, and we're always looking for new stars, and we'll be scouting this Wednesday night for the next top talent coming out of South Florida as we come in for Wednesday Night Dynamite this week.
And I'll say something else about Lee Moriarty. He loves the lucha. He loves the mask, and he does a lot of artwork with lucha wrestlers and their masks. It's really cool. He does a really good job. He was here for Art Basel. That was a huge event that he was here last year for. I got the chance to check that out. That was so cool. It's so fun when some of the wrestlers, they're doing all these other different things, because you see them on TV doing this, and then you're like, whoa, look, they have other talents and all, and they're doing this. Like anybody, Tony, not just pro wrestlers. But I got to ask you this, Tony. South Florida. Wouldn't be South Florida with American Top Team and Dan Lambert. What's going on with that guy? Do we know anything, Tony Khan? Do you know anything going on with him?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Dan Lambert, I stay in great touch with. Dan Lambert is, to this day, a great friend of mine. And Dan Lambert is not only one of the top people in mixed martial arts and an expert in pro wrestling, but he's also very involved in the Miami football scene and a huge supporter of Hurricanes football. And anytime I want to go and check out the U, my first call is Dan Lambert, who's incredibly well connected and a very important leader in terms of supporting the Miami program. So Dan loves the Hurricanes, and he's very knowledgeable about lots of things, pro wrestling, MMA, and football. And I always love talking to Dan Lambert. And I saw him pretty recently. I went to the Miami Notre Dame football game with him, and had a great visit. And anytime I get a chance to spend a day with Dan Lambert, it's probably a pretty good day. He's a great guy.
And you got to see a great game. wins. They're now 4-0, number 2 in the country. This is a great. You got to see a great team and a great game, Tony Khan.
Yeah, I've been down a few times, and over the past few years, really, it's incredible the strides the program's made under Coach Cristobal. I am really impressed every time I've gone down there, and this year in particular, as you said, Jim, great point. They are having a fantastic start to their season, so we'll see how this goes, but always good when the coach is a big pro wrestling fan like Mario is.
Oh, he loves the old school wrestling especially, but yes, he's big into the pro wrestling, Mario Cristobal. But he was on the team. He was on the team with The Rock. He was at the UM when The Rock was there too.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, he was a starting offensive lineman. Rock was backup to Warren Sapp. How about that? You're not going to get much playing time when you're backing up to the great Warren Sapp. But yeah, they were there, and also that was cool. But gosh, what great times, man. All right, Tony.
Really cool.
Tony, let you get going. I just want to wrap this up. We got AEW Dynamite, 6th anniversary right here at Hard Rock Live. in South Florida. It's going to be a great time, Wednesday, October 1st. And if you can't get to the show, like Tony said, TBS, HBO Max, the Max, you can watch it there. You watch it there every Wednesday night. It's just exciting times. And I'll say this, no Don Jardine alerts, Tony Khan, but could we expect some surprises at AEW Dynamite, the 6th anniversary?
You can expect a great show. Expect an awesome show. It's going to be a great event. And it's definitely worth checking out this Wednesday night, hopefully in person if you get your tickets. Please join us if you can. If you can't, check it out on TBS. It's going to be a great event. And I will tell you this, you should not be surprised, Jim, when this is an awesome show.
Yes! That's how you end it right there. Thank you, Tony Khan. Thank you as always.
Thank you, Jim.